following is a production of Watlington Shires and Pierce Productions.
Alrighty, folks. Well, welcome here to the big broadcast. It helps if you got a little bit of power to talk about everything going on. So, hey, we're getting ready to go here. Our Piney area coaches show, and we got a lot of good stuff going on here. Now, we haven't been here for a couple of weeks, but we're here. We got a lot of action to talk about. We had a crazy week last week on the short week. We started off last week, and we had in Gary, we had some Shelbyville and Gary volleyball going on. Big matchup over there in West. Shelbyville was able to win that one, 3 sets to 1 in that matchup there. A good one there. So, and then we moved over on Thursday and saw a good ball game with West Sabine and Tenaha. So we'll talk a little bit about that one too. And then on Friday night, we had a Shelbyville and New Boston, and that was just an awesome game. There's some good hitting going on in that football game right there. But let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about the week that we had here coming up, and then we'll get into some of the things we got going on. But yeah, just a good game there in West Sabine and Tenaha. I think West Sabine is just a really, really tough team, and Tenaha has a good squad there. The rain was in there all pretty much throughout the night. It kind of hampered a lot of things, but I think Tenaha still working on some things up front, and they're getting some things together. They got some good skill players there, but they're going to get some things together there. But playing a tough West Sabine team, and tell you what, after watching West Sabine the other night, I've been seeing them coming up the last couple of years. Coach Bragg's got a lot of guys coming back, and then I tell you, they're going to be a tough squad to contend with as they go through the rest of the year. And I'm hoping that we're going to have another one of those. I think we're going to have West Sabine and maybe St. Augustine coming up, I think is on the schedule. I have to look at it and see how we're going to do that on the way. But I do know that Friday night we're going to be in St. Augustine as Carlisle comes to town for the Wolves and the Indians right there. But starting off tomorrow night, we're going to be in Timpson for our first trip to Timpson this year as we go for some volleyball. And Coach Belrose of the Lady Timpson Bears is going to be here to talk a little bit about that coming up as well. And then also we have awesome volleyball going on. Then after we get done here, with this one, we're going to go Carlisle at Shelbyville for volleyball next Tuesday, and then we'll be St. Augustine at Shelbyville. That'll be the following one. Garrison at Timpson, Groveton at St. Augustine, Bullard at Center, Beckville at Timpson, Rusk at Center. Those are the Tuesday night games that we have coming up here in Denison that I'll be a part of through the season as we get ready to go. So our Tuesday night area volleyball game of the week, and then our Friday night game for football is going to be good. Like I said, Carlisle at St. Augustine, and then Shelbyville at Mount Enterprise. I don't know if we're going to get that game. I don't know for sure. We haven't got permission on that one yet. So we're going to see how that goes. But see, Coach Wallace is going to be coming up here in just a little while, and maybe talk to him about that too. We wanted to say thanks a lot to the good folks at Joaquin. We got to start off the season there, Frankston at Joaquin, and what a football game that was right there. As the Joaquin Rams were able to come out and get that big victory there on the start of the season. So it's been a really good start to the season here. We've already had three big games. Like I said, West Sabine and Tenaha, and we've incorporated some new stuff. And it was just kind of unfortunately, we love being in Tenaha there at the pit. Just kind of unfortunate because we had everybody there, but we had some extra equipment, but we didn't get to set up everything because the rain kind of stopped that down there. But we had some camera issues here and there, but we did the best we could. But I mean, it really turned out to be a good game and a good broadcast. It was just a big win there for the West Sabine Tigers. One thing I did know, the Tigers were going to win that night, whether it was one side or the other. That was the only thing I did know. But it was a good game there, and we enjoyed going to the pit. We're going to be back there for their homecoming on a Saturday coming up here in just a few weeks. And you can't beat the food there at the Tiger Cafe whenever they got it going there. So speaking of food, here at the pizzeria is where we are tonight for our Piney Woods Area Coaches Show. I had my pizza. Usually, my salad. I usually have like a salad and some wings, or salad and some pizza. I'll have some pizza because we have some right here. But I had the lasagna. If you haven't had the lasagna here at the pizzeria yet, you're missing out. You need to check it. Pizza or lasagna and salad. That's where you go. That's the pizzeria right there. That's where we are. All right, so we got all kinds of good stuff on the way. We have my good friend, Mr. Coach Barnes, Mr. Tory Barnes, with the St. Augustine Wolves. He is over here. He's been ready to talk to us about the games that they've had. They've had a couple of games here against Beckville, Palestine, Westwood, and then they're going to be against the Shelbyville. It's going to be against the Carlisle coming up this weekend. So we're going to move Coach over here, and we're going to talk to him coming up. So stay with us, folks. We'll be right back here as we're moving right along here as the Piney Woods Area Coaches Show underway here at the pizzeria.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with Best of Nacogdoches and Best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Here we go. Good evening, folks. Welcome back here to the Piney Woods Area Coach Show. We're talking fantasy football going on right now. How about you, Coach? You guys, I know you always do one with the coaches. You guys got your fantasy teams all together already?
We do. We do.
Right.
Looking like I'm gonna get a win this week, so I'm excited about that.
There you go. Well, before we get going, I know Coach is a Bears fan. So, what do you think of Caleb Williams? They got a win yesterday too, didn't they? They kind of snuck it out, didn't they?
Yeah, thankfully our defense played very well. I was really hoping we drafted Jaden Daniels or somebody else,
Right.
but I'll support him since we have him. But I
Right.
just wasn't very high on Caleb Williams.
Right. That makes two of us there, right there too. And my Texans definitely is had a great one too yesterday too. They kind of hung on to that one as well. Beating those Colts, that's never easy. And that Richardson, that young man, he's going to be just as much as Stroud is, I do believe. If you don't watch out for him, he's going to be, he will get you. That's for sure. I tell you what, so good action coming up. And I mean, we had football Thursday, we had Friday, we had Saturday, we had Sunday. It's all over. We love it right there. That's for sure. But right now we're talking about Piney Woods football here. And Coach, we were talking a little bit before camera here. That's it's kind of a 0-2 start here, but some things maybe not going the right the way here for the Wolves. But hey, it's non-district too. You're still putting things together here. But tell us a little bit about that Beckville game there. That probably a little closer to what the score indicated there, I believe.
Yeah, I would say so. Also, like I say, we had a scoop and score fumble that was blown dead. That we should have had in the first half. That would have negated one of their scores, and that's a 14-point swing. We also drove the ball down to the 3 or 4 yard line, and Renfro fumbled. If we don't give up that fumble, I mean, we get a call that don't go our way. Quarterback gets hit out of bounds, but it would have made it 1st and goal. So, I mean, we go down at the half 25-12, and we could have very easily been up and probably should have been up 2 touchdowns at the half. And for morale and the way your kids feel at halftime, being up 2 touchdowns instead of down two is huge. But, I mean, you can't cry with spilled milk. We didn't make enough plays in the end. Officials make calls, and within the game, we're all wrong at some point. And so um, we came up short, ended up getting beat 37-12. But like I said, I don't think the score really is indicative of how close the game really was.
Yeah, Beckville's a good team too, and I know and folks don't know I've been fortunate enough to cover the Wolves on the local radio station for the last 3 years, and so I know what's going on and how this thing goes. And Coach loves to get those teams that are quality teams for the especially the non-district, and he did the same thing with Palestine Westwood, and they're they're another good quality team there. But you guys hung with them there.
Well, I mean, we turned on film Saturday morning, and of course the score was really bad, but we saw our kids doing some really good things, and they got a 4-star running back over there that's committed to TCU, got a quarterback that already has Power 5 offers in football and basketball. They got several other kids that can really play, and we were probably outclassed. But I mean, we had Hall drop us at the end in scheduling, and so we had to find a game, and so I mean, it's all about going and getting better. It's not always about the wins and the losses in the preseason, and so there were some places that we got better, and we saw some places that we need to improve, and that's what it's all about in the preseason.
Yeah, too, and then at least it wasn't Anahuac.
At least it wasn't a 3.5 hour trip. You're right.
There we go. But that was all good. I mean, it was actually a good little trip down there for that one, wasn't it? It was a nice little game out there too. Yeah, good team there in Palestine Westwood. So coming up here though, Coach, you got the Carlisle team coming in here. They've had a kind of a 0-2 start to the start of the year too, and they've had a couple things that they're trying to put together there as they're real building there. So You guys are going to be hosting them coming up here this Friday. Of course, be on NetSN. So, what are you thinking here about the Carlisle and the Indians here, where they got coming up?
One thing about it, somebody's gonna get their first win this week,
There you go.
and hopefully it's the Wolves. Carlisle, they go as their quarterback goes. Um, he's a good sized kid. They like to run him a bunch. And he plays middle linebacker for him on defense, and he makes a lot of plays for him on defense. But those kids play hard. Coach Sharp has them playing really hard, and hopefully they don't get it together this week. Hopefully they got another week that they still trying to figure out things, and we can get in and get a win.
All right, Coach. Well, I tell you, a look at things going on with the Wolves here. Let's talk a little bit about the guys itself. I always like to find out what's going on. So a little bit of the health of the guys. So we got a few bumps and bruises along the way here to start off, didn't we?
We do. Renfro, who is arguably our best player, has offers already as a sophomore, is out.
Hmm.
He's been out since the first half of the Begville game, and that also hurt us in that game too. Um, he's out for a few more weeks. We'll hopefully have him back for district. Our quarterback, Tyron Fro, is out at this point. He played probably 75, 80% against Beckville with a hamstring injury, and he's still nursing that. And so we're trying to get him back to health. Um, we missed one of our best D linemen, O linemen last week due to illness, and so we got one or two other guys that's gonna help us that we're waiting to get back also. And so we're far from being full strength at this point, but that's no excuse. We still got enough to get some wins, and so hopefully we get better this week and we're able to get that win on Friday night.
All right, Coach. So with Cartwright, being maybe not on the sideline a little bit here, you guys good trust in your backup guys as you come in, because I know you guys have a great JV program and everything coming, because those guys are all in on that too. So I mean, you got to have a good guy ready to go behind you.
We do. It was actually a battle throughout the spring and
There's someone
throughout the
actually trying
fall.
to battle with Cartwright.
Yeah, so I mean, and we kind of felt like it was 1A and 1B. Cartwright kind of had the upper hand on the understanding of the offense because he's been the quarterback for 3 years. But we have full confidence in Michael Renfro, his quarterback, and he stepped in the other night and was kind of baptized by fire, stepping in his first start being against Palestine Westwood. But after he settled down, he played really well. So we're expecting big things from him, and hopefully he can steady the ship.
Well, it sounds like a little bit like we had to do with Cartwright a few years back in against Alto. He had to get in there, and I mean, I remember you talked to you. I said, "Hey, coach, at halftime, well, how was he?" He said his eyes were this big, saying it's so fast.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's kind of the way it's coming at him, I bet, too, right now.
No doubt about it. And the game is really fast, just adjusting from JV to varsity. But to have your first start against a good team like Palestine Westwood, the game is really moving really fast. And so, um, like I say, he slowed down. It slowed down for him after the first series, and he made some good reads and some good runs and some good throws. And so, we're expecting him to be that much better this week with a game under his belt.
And also, gonna have that good offensive line. Always seem to have some good guys in there too. But you said you got some guys that might be down a little bit. But keeping him out there to where he's able to do some reads, getting him in a little bit of time. That's got to be good if you can get that done there.
Yeah, and we got three basically returning starters up front, and so they're gelling together really well. We got a new center and a new right tackle. That's learning and trying to get them up to speed with those other three, and so that'll be good when all of those guys get on the same page and we're rolling up front.
Right, and one thing that I know that on the defensive side of the ball here in St. Augustine is like perennial, just the secondary guys, lots of speeds and good coverage out there. So how's that this year with you guys? I mean, you guys, oh, like a lot of other two, he's playing both ways out there with receivers and those secondary safety and stuff. But always good guys back there. They always seem to have some really good coverage guys back there.
The secondary is good again. Of course, we got plenty of athletes. And Michael Renfro, who's playing quarterback for us, is also playing free safety for us. Jaden Clifton, probably our number one receiver, is playing corner for us. We have Jacorian Lacey playing corner for us, and Tajavian Burrell and Kerrick Burrell is playing safeties for us also. And so we have a plethora of athletes that's playing and rotating back there, and we're solid back there like we always are.
Well, too, Coach. Last year you pretty much had not a new coach staff, but a lot of new guys in there. The coach staff. Did you keep the same guys this year? Did you get some new guys in? How things go with the staff this year?
So we lost three and only replaced them with two.
Oh, give
We
more work for you. Yeah, there
we
you
of course it's hard to find teachers and coaches these days
go.
because of the shortage, but we got two good coaches in. Coach Cloudy came in and joined the staff from Henderson. He was at Timpson previous lead to that. Coach Vaughn came in and joined us from Timpson also, and so we're glad to have both of them. They're both doing a great job.
Right. And I know my buddy TJ is always up there doing the filming last year. I guess he's graduated, moved on, hasn't he? So I guess I'm going to have to find somebody else up there.
And TJ has graduated and moved on, and so I talked to him the other day and saw trying to see if he had to work. I was gonna borrow him one more time, but
Right.
he actually had to work. So, but he's still following the Wolves, and he's one of the Wolves' biggest fans. So,
I believe that. I definitely believe that. All right, too, Coach. As the athletic director there at St. Augustine, you got a lot of hats that you have to wear. I was talking about, you could use another coach or two, but also some good things that are happening there. How about the new activity center, the basketball thing? How's is that going to be ready for this season, or what are we doing with that? Is that going on? What's going on
so that actually probably won't be ready till
next year?
26.
Okay.
Um, they actually working on it right now. We broke ground. First week of school, I think. And so they got to clear it all off now. They're moving dirt and everything is getting pushed around right now. And so it's exciting to see that happening. It's a long time coming. Never thought that we'd be getting a new high school and a new gym in St. Augustine, but thankful that the voters showed up and supported our kids and understood the need of our kids, and we're glad about that.
Yeah, definitely. Because last year got new turf for the field out there, and then new track too, I believe. Right? Yeah. So that was the things that you definitely wanted to have out there. So it was good for those guys, and the field looks great. And the stadium look to be in great shape out there. So a lot of good things here, and the folks are really supporting the teachers and everything going on there. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the community is really supportive. We have great leadership, great administration, and so, you know, your school is always a reflection of your leadership, and so, we're moving positively in the right direction, and hopefully, we can continue in that direction.
And I was going to ask you, coaches. I know that the realignment of things right there. It kind of changed up. The way some of the teams are in there when it come to all the sports or whatever. But I think it was a pretty good district there to put the way it's gone, especially for football. I think because it made it so great because there's so many good teams right there. That's just you better be ready whenever it comes to Friday night or Thursday night, whenever you're playing, because you can't slash off at any one of these teams you got to play coming up.
You say it's a good district, and the fans say it's a good district, but
You don't know.
I was really hoping to go south or west over there with Corrigan and Groveton and some of those guys. That's what I was really hoping for, but um, unfortunately, we got put back in the 2A District of Doom, and so but that's fine. In order to be the best, you got to beat the best, and for sure, when you make the playoffs out of this district, if you're not beat up, you're surely battle tested and you're ready for a good playoff run. And so, it's gonna be interesting this year. I really think got 5 teams and possibly that could win the district championship.
Yeah.
It's not like last year where Timpson and Garrison was 1A and 1B and far above everyone else, and everybody else was fighting for third and fourth. I really think legitimately almost everybody has a chance to win the district championship, and if you don't show up on Friday night, you'll lose.
Right. Yeah, I remember Friday night coming up here, and we're getting closer to that. I can't believe we're already ready to go to week number 3 already. It just seems like it rolls right along there pretty quick. So yeah, you better be ready for it because like I said, I've already got to see a few of these teams. I can't wait to see the Wolves out there and get my touchdown howl out there for when the Wolves get a touchdown there against Carlisle coming up. But tell you what, Coach, it's been a lot of fun in there, and I know we're going to be over there for some volleyball coming up too. I got to talk to you about that, and then we got a couple games scheduled to come over there with to watch for you guys for on NetSN coming up this season. So how's the volleyball? You got a new volleyball coach. Your wife stepped aside, didn't she?
Yeah, she stepped aside. She's basically full-time administration now, and so we did get a new volleyball coach with Coach Ebarb. He came to us from Hemphill, and so those girls are working hard. Um, I think they go to Leverage Chapel. Oh, we have Leverage Chapel at home on Friday, and
Mhm.
so it'll be exciting for them to continue their growth and to see their success. They're kind of young right now. I think only have one senior
Right.
on the team, and they're playing some freshmen and sophomores, and so they're kind of going through some growing pains right now. But growing pains are never bad when you're in pre-district, and
Right.
growing pains are never bad when you're talented. And all that is just grooming that young talent and getting them ready and teaching them how to win, and so that's the process that they're in right now. And so we're hoping by district they'll be ready to take off.
Yeah, and district starts up here in next week or so. So everybody better be ready to roll with that too. And that's some great districts there for some volleyball. We're following, in case you didn't know, we're following San Augustine, Shelbyville, Center, and Timpson in volleyball this year. Every Tuesday night we'll have a Tuesday night volleyball league right here in NetSN, and then of course our Friday night games. We have some Thursday games, we got some Friday games, Saturday games. We're all over the place, having a lot of fun with it too this year. So we're going to be there. Well, Coach, I tell you what, good luck to you and the guys. And am I in the booth? Am I got to go upstairs? I'll get in the booth there this night.
Oh,
Friday night.
you're just spot upstairs, man.
I find my spot upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I can get back up there. We can do that. Okay,
Okay.
well, not a problem. That way I know where I'm at and I'm comfortable there in San Augustine for the Wolves. All right, Coach. Good luck to you and the guys. We'll see y'all on Friday night. We'll be right here for the Piney Woods Area Coaches Show right here at the pizzeria on NetSN.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3 to see why Blake Furniture is the top furniture company in East Texas. Get the lowest prices and discover our easy in-store financing and low payment plans. Plus, get the fastest delivery in East Texas. Get your credit pre-approved online at blakefurniture.com today.
Sparky D's Bargain Store. Who are we? We're an online auction store on Facebook. Find our page on Facebook. There you'll find a post for our weekly auction. If you find an item you like, place your bid and you could be a big winner and save yourself lots of money. We're on Facebook only for our weekly auctions. We're located in Center, Texas. Check us out on Facebook at Sparky D's Bargain Store, where we will save you more. Right Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Center has the new and used vehicles that you're looking for. If your vehicle needs service, stop by WrightChryslerDodgeJeep.com and get your service appointment, and also shop online. Then come on down and let the guys make a great deal for you. And our knowledgeable staff will not let you leave without knowing everything about your new or used vehicle. Right Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram supports all the students of the Piney Woods.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
Aurora Concepts Primary Care Center, and just behind it, Medical Specialist Center, is a team supervised by Dr. Jane Todd and led by Don Barnes. They're professionals. They provide good family care to everyone in the family. They're also your center for testing and vaccinations. When there's something wrong and you don't know what, call Aurora Concepts.
We're back here at the pizzeria, and thanks a lot to Coach Barnes for being here with us. So we really appreciate it. Looking forward to covering the San Augustine Wolves coming up here this Friday night here on NetSN. But tomorrow night we're going to be in Timpson for our next round of volleyball action. And Grace Christian Church going to be coming there. I think that's Christian Academy. I'm not for sure, but they're out of the Tyler area. I know that. So they're going to be coming over to take on the Timpson Lady Bears. And I believe Coach Belrose is going to come down here and hang out with us here in just a little while. So we'll get that coming up. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the. Oh, Tires is here with us. He's going to jump in.
I'm going to crash the show.
You're going to crash the show. Well, I guess I could talk to you a little bit about some of the things we did. We were talking a little bit there with Coach, but I mean, we did the game on Thursday night there with Tennehaw and West Sabine, and you guys were there.
Yeah.
And that was a good football game. I mean, we had some fogging up on the windows issue, but
Yeah.
a little bit of rain. But other than that, it was a good game and a good time out there.
That's right. And I was coming to see here. We got this lovely
Yeah.
pepperoni pizza. Wait,
I had the lasagna tonight.
Oh, yeah?
And that lasagna is
Oh,
very,
it's
very
good.
good.
Very
Yeah,
good.
very, very good. So that's true. But yeah, I got a lot of things. So you guys were in Spring Hill, and I
Yeah.
know you got the Rick Mix show coming up here in just a little bit. So I know the Riders got a big win there, but I mean that was a good game for the Riders and another
Look,
good win,
yeah, the Panthers gave us all we wanted.
right?
It was they were actually up. Excuse me, in the third quarter, we're actually winning the football game,
Wow.
and it was a tough game. But I tell you what, we had uh, T.J. Bellin and Tim Johnson just went went nuts. We'll talk about that during the show. We'll also talk about the defense. Got gashed at times, but then there are other times where they stood up and just, I mean, knocked the taste out of the Panthers
There
and
you go.
and popped the ball out. And that was kind of the difference, and I think.
Right. Well, that sounds a little bit like
Yeah.
what we were at on a Friday night too,
Yes.
with Shelbyville and New Boston. I mean, it what I got me with that game was there was so much good hitting going on just by kick coverage teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a lot of hits happening out there. I mean, there were some. I mean, what we like to call laying the wood.
Yes,
going
that's
on out
right.
there.
That's
So
right.
that was a big one out there for them too. And we got a lot of things coming up here on NSN. Of course, we got not just here in the center area in the Piney Woods area. We also have things that we cover a little bit more to the east, which includes
Yeah.
Brook Hill. We have some Tatum and some Rusk games. I think we're covering Rusk all season long.
Yes,
over
we
there.
are.
Then we got to have some Carlisle games that also involve some of the teams over in this area.
Yeah.
That over there. So we'll have some of the teams that are, when we're not over there covering, then they'll be able to cover some of those
Fine.
over there on that side. So that's a really good thing here on NSN. And download our app and go to the
Yes.
app and you get it absolutely free. We have pick'ems and forms. Yeah, go get on the pick'em so I can get out of last place.
That's right. But also, it tells you when we have games on. You sign up,
Right, yeah.
and because I get a lot of folks going, "Where do I watch? Where do I watch?"
Right.
Well, go on there and then sign up on the app,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get to do all that fun stuff. But it also will tell you when, and follow us on the YouTube.
Yeah, and also whenever you go, and if it's a game, if you go in there and you're checking out the scores or whatever, and if it's a game that we're actually doing, there'll be a place where you can just hit a button that says "Go to the game." You hit that, and they'll take you
Yeah.
right to the game on the YouTube. So there you are.
I got to tell you, Pierce, though,
What's
this was a great weekend of football this past time. I'll tell you why, because the Trinity for me won. Rough Riders.
Rough Riders.
Longhorns went up to that place up north and took care of business.
Right.
And then the Texans and the Cowboys
Texans and the Cowboys
won.
did,
So
yeah.
it was a great weekend.
And, well, you got to figure that Dallas was going to win, and Dak Prescott, I don't think he quit smiling even after
Yeah.
the game. I mean, what, the highest paid, the biggest contract in NFL history,
Yeah.
I'd be smiling too.
I
you
would
know,
be too.
I could throw balls all day long with that thing. Yeah, I was really happy in my Aggies. They played McNeese State, but still, they got a win there. And there were surprises too. I watched that Notre Dame NIU game.
Incredible.
What I loved about that too was at the end of their coach.
Yes.
How much brought tears to my eyes.
Absolutely. And he's I guess a former NIU player.
Yeah.
And Thomas Wolf said you can't go home, but sometimes you can.
Sometimes you can. I thought one of the coolest memes I saw was somebody took a picture of Rudy and put an NIU logo on it.
That's funny. So where you going to be Friday?
Friday night, I'm going to be in St. Augustine Friday night, as it will be the St. Augustine Wolves, and they're taking on Carlisle. And Carlisle, I get to watch a little bit of that because Carlisle was covered the other day.
Yeah.
We get to Carlisle, and so like Coach said, one of those two teams is going to get their first win of the year coming up. So. But yeah, it was a good week of football too. We got to cover a lot of games, and coming up this week too. Like I said, we'll be in Timpson for volleyball, and then Friday night. But and you guys will be coming out with me on some other games as well.
Absolutely.
So it's gonna be good stuff as we get ready to roll through.
That's right.
All right. So all right, let's take another break here, and as we're getting ready to come up here, we're going to talk a little bit about some volleyball and some of the volleyball action that we covered over the last week or whatever. And you're gonna get yourself ready for the big show, the Rick Meek show coming up here. So stick with us, folks, as we got some folks that we want to talk about here for our Piney Woods sponsorship, and that includes Joaquin Tire.
Joaquin Tire in Joaquin, Texas, family owned and operated with new and used tires, general mechanics, and road services. Jesse and his team is proud to serve the community with car, truck, and commercial and ag vehicle tires. They're located in Joaquin at the 84 and Highway 7 split. Call the shop today to make an appointment at 936-269-9516. That's 936-269-9516. Joaquin Tire is a proud sponsor of Game of the Week. Stop in and see them today for all of your new and used tire needs.
Hey, y'all got a dirty truck.
Well, then take it to Joe's Car Spa for a spa day.
At Joe's, they make them shine.
And they're standing by to work with the community.
They was elected best of Shelby County this year, and it's called Joe's, but it probably ought to be called Reed since Reed Grant owns it.
So, Billy Don, when it's time for your car or truck to have a spa day, where do you take it?
I don't know where.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center. Nobody wants to be sick, but at least at Aurora Concepts, being sick is easy. From their spacious waiting room to their experienced and friendly staff, they care about you. They listen to you. They're here for you. From start to finish, that's the experience at Aurora.
And welcome back here to the Piney Woods Area Coaches Show. And I just heard from Coach Belrose, and I think that he went to a different location. So I believe he's going to be on his way back over
That's
here.
right.
So we'll be talking to Coach Belrose coming up. He's with the Lady Bears of the volleyball squad. There we go. Talking a little bit about some of the volleyball we got to cover earlier this week. I'm having a lot of fun covering volleyball this year, man. It's been a lot of fun doing some volleyball. I went over to Gary and got to cover Gary and Shelbyville. That was on a Tuesday, and I went over there, and it was a 3-1 set win there for the Lady Dragons over Gary and the Lady Bobcats. And a good match up there for Coach Rupp, and she's been doing a really good job. And I know that we're going to be covering some center. I had a couple of people ask me when I said, well, Coach Spice got the center ladies. They're kind of up out to the east and doing all that stuff. So we're going to be like, it'll be a few weeks before we get there, but we're going to. And then we're also going to have some, if we can. I know we'll be on Friday Night Football, but I definitely want to do some, some playoffs and stuff. For them as well, because I think that we've got a really good chance to for a couple of these teams around here to really do some stuff here when it comes to that. And I couldn't get my and also a really cool thing was the other night is I couldn't get the certain parts of I couldn't get the YOLO cast where a scoreboard to kill up. So I'm manually doing the score.
I see that.
And I never had to do that before. So it was really pretty neat. I learned a lot of stuff this year. And we have a lot of
Did you know about volleyball before?
Well, I mean, I know a little bit about volleyball from just playing. I never played like in high school or any competitively, but I mean, I've played volleyball for growing up or whatever, so I know some of the things. And I had dated some girls that played volleyball, so I knew some of the lingo or whatever, but I didn't know all of it. And so, I'm learning some because there's still some times I look and go, there was a point in where I don't know what happened, but we're still trying to figure that out. But Coach Rupp and all them, they've really helped me out with a lot of stuff. And Coach Spikes, get some great interviews, and the girls and stuff. They come by and they see us and they know we're there, and it's a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun with it. So I want to say thank you to everybody for that too. Let's go back and talk. Like I said, we'll go back to talk last week while we're waiting on Coach here. But the West Sabine and Tennehaw game.
Yes.
The West Sabine game, I think Coach Bragg has got, most of his guys back this year. And they are just a very, very sound squad. They got a great running game. They got a good quarterback. They can throw the ball a little bit when they need to. They got a good offensive line. And I think that this is it. It was just a good ground and pound game. Coach Birdsong, he's got his team rolling. He's got an awesome offensive line. I mean, they're good size offensive line, but I think they still still trying to get into their own.
Yeah,
I still trying to work together.
They're a little young and still. And they're big, but I'm not. I think their agility will come with a little more practice. But they got a quarterback. Tenhall's quarterback was terrific.
Yeah, he was running around out there, and don't want to ever compare somebody like because everybody's each is their own. But I mean, you can see some Bussy running around out there, bouncing around out there a few times. So yeah, Kenny's a good quarterback. He's going to be very good for those guys too throughout the year. And like I said, they got a good offensive line. They got good skill players out there as well. I think they're just trying to get their offense with a new coach in there, just trying to get it worked out. But like I said, I do love the size of their offensive line.
Yeah. Hey, non-district games.
Right.
They don't count toward the playoff.
Right, that's it. You just try to do the best you can. You're trying to work on some things there, and you definitely
Yeah.
don't want to take the losses like that. But hey, it's part of it. You're growing up and you're figuring out how to work there, and like that, you learn how
Hmm.
fast those guys are, and what you learn a little bit quicker. I do believe on
Yeah.
some of the things,
But
especially when you're a lineman, because that's
mhm.
what we were.
Yeah, absolutely. West Sabine though was so polished.
Yeah.
They were. You could tell that this is a team that has a lot of experience
Yeah.
running their offensive scheme.
Right.
Uh, they're it's not particularly tricky,
Hmm.
which means that they have to be able to execute.
Right.
And they executed. I mean, it was scat left, scat right, scat left, scat right, and then they'd pop that fullback up the middle, number 10, and
Hmm.
he was awful
Yeah.
fast for a
Yeah.
fullback.
Yeah. He was gone.
Because if he got past this into the second level,
Yeah.
he was gone.
Yeah, he was making some, and I mean, and you would think there'd be a lot more, fumbles or
No,
turnovers up, but there really wasn't because I mean, it was just a steady rain. It was just a nuisance type of rain.
yeah, yeah,
It makes the ball wet and all that other stuff out there the other night. But yeah, what a great game that was right there for West Sabine and Tenall. They going to be playing. I think both these teams are going to be playoff teams too. So we'll see. But Tenall's going to have to really work down
Tenhall's
on
in
it
a
and look.
very difficult district.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like Coach Barnes was talking about. He was hoping that he did get the district of doom, and it's almost
Yeah,
kind of like that D2 over there. It's a very big district, a hard district to go through
mhm,
for Tenon. But Coach Birdsall and Coach Lewis over there, they've got a great program, and they've got great kids over there. So
yep,
always good to have. And I think they're doing some. Aren't they trying to do something new at the football stadium over there? Have you heard of that? I need to get Coach Lewis and make sure.
yeah.
We'll
We'll learn
find
out
out
about
for
that.
sure.
Yeah,
Find out what's going on over there. All right. So, but after that one, also got to cover on Friday night, I got to go down in Shelbyville, took on New Boston, and I tell you what, that was a great, beautiful night for football Friday night too.
yeah.
I mean, it was just absolutely beautiful. But we get out there, and I mean, New Boston was there. Let me get my stuff out
Yep.
here. I
Well,
got
Shelbyville lost a lot of players to a lot of players to graduation, and folks were kind of thinking that they may be in a reload year, but they've done really well so far.
They've done really, really good. They took on a Troop there in week number one. And then here's New Boston. New Boston, of course, in their first game of the season, they're a 3A school. But I mean, it was kind of back and forth all the way through. I mean, teams were good, and it's finally Shelbyville got a little bit of separation in there. But yeah, DJ Barnes, he was out there playing very, very well, and he was. I mean, they were able to make some passes, and they were running the ball really good. But I mean, New Boston is going to be a team that everybody's got to watch out for
Right,
because they have a young man. His name is Rowden, and that young man ran for
right.
200 and some odd yards the other night. He's just a full force going downfield.
Yep.
He's just a good guy right there for him.
I'd
But
be interested to talk to the Shelbyville coaches about how many of their players are multi-sport players, and because
oh my God,
Shelbyville has had tremendous amount of success in basketball and a tremendous amount of success in baseball, and has some success in football. I wonder if that builds, and so you start seeing some of the they just are expecting success.
well, yeah, because I call it refueling
Yeah, yeah,
instead of reload because that's kind of what it is. Because I mean, we got a young man is a sophomore this year. His name Hunter Harvey. He's very big. He had a very big night the other night. He's running the ball. He's down the field catching the ball, playing on defense. And yeah, I mean, because I know that just covering a lot of Shelbyville, some of these kids that were also playing baseball, they were playing basketball. They were playing all the different sports out there. So and then the young ladies are the same way.
yeah.
The volleyball girls are going to move right into basketball. The
Uh-huh.
majority of them, they're going to move right into softball right after that.
How
It's
weird was
weird.
it last year in softball and baseball for their seasons to end deep in the playoffs,
Mhm.
both on a same kind of weird kind of
Weird play at the end.
replay right down the line, down the first baseline.
Exactly. That was kind of weird there. And then, too, and then at the same time, the unfortunate thing is Coach Mason and Coach Hubbard left Shelbyville after that, so now there's new ones in there, but
Right.
we're just going to be reeling that back up there. But those girls and those young men are going to come back, and they did lose some seniors there, too, on the baseball side and a couple there for the softball side. But tell you, after being and watching all these baseball and softball, I mean, it's just like, the football district here is like you never know which one of these teams because each one of these teams has a really good chance
Yep.
to win a district or be out there because we got to cover so much districts, softball and baseball this
Yep.
year with those teams in the Piney Woods. It was just
Right.
phenomenal.
We appreciate the coaching staffs and
Yeah.
how hospitable they are and how eager they are to have us come in and help us make sure we get all these young men and women that they get the recognition that they deserve.
Definitely, because that's what we was all. I love doing for the kids, and seeing some of the fans and they come up and they say hi, because they watch us, and seeing some of the kids out there all the time, and just getting the chance to go down and say hi to them, and being part of it all. It's really really cool. And the coach does, as I said, making time for us whenever we're down there bugging them and stuff like that too. But yeah, as I said, for the Shelbyville game, it was really good for the Dragons. I thought Coach Wallace had a really good game plan. And the defense played very good. There was two big. There was two very big goal line stands there by the Shelbyville Dragons, and I tell you, they made that goal line stand a couple times, and I mean, there was just two opportunities for them to give, to where New Boston could have got right back in the game and maybe even taken the lead, but the Shelbyville Dragons just did a great job and kept them out of the end zone. So
Excellent.
good job by those guys. And I think I'm getting called here by I think Coach. So I'm gonna
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
take a quick break, and we'll come back and see if I can get with Coach and see if everything's all good. Coach said we'll be right back here on Net. Oh, there he is, right there. Hey, Coach is coming in here, so we're gonna be okay. So we'll just hang out here for a minute. So we'll gonna take another quick break, and we'll be right back here on Net.
Shelby Savings Bank has a brand new look. They're proud of where they've been, where they came from starting in 1981, but now they're moving forward with locations all over East Texas to serve you. Will Lucas knows that he's standing on the backs of giants that had a vision for the financial future of Shelby County. And he and his staff are taking that future into new directions with things like mobile deposits. It's the same bank, new look. Shelby Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Chef's Barbecue and Centers, open Tuesday through Friday, 10:30 to 5, and Saturdays, 10:30 to 2. Now, you can call in your order to Chef's Barbecue, you can come through the drive-thru, or bring the family down for a nice family dining experience for barbecue so good.
No, we're not going to say that.
All right, come on down to the center and enjoy some great barbecue at Chef's. How's that?
That's good, thank you.
Barbecue so good, make you want to slap your mama.
Boy, that's not on the script. I told you don't be saying that.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here, and Coach Bell Rose is here with the Tips of Lady Bears. Coach, sorry for the confusion, but you made it down okay.
We did.
Not a problem. So we're definitely going to make sure you get some pizza or whatever whenever you get here. So thanks a lot for being here. But we're going to come over to Timpson for our first broadcast of the volleyball year there, and going to be taking on Grace coming up this year. So tell us a little bit about how your Lady Bears have got to this point so far.
We've started kind of slow, and then the last couple of weeks we've come on pretty good. We have our ups and downs. They play good sometimes, and they get I don't know, get down on themselves or something, and just not play as well. So, but we're playing better. We played center last week and had a good match. We played. I think we went 4 games, and then we beat them in 4. But had one game we kind of slacked off a little bit.
Right. Sometimes just kind of hoping things will work out there and they don't, and but I'm learning a lot about volleyball myself this year because I mean I've played not competitively, but it's my first time really calling it and everything, so I'm still learning a lot about the cool calls and everything, but learning a lot, and it's a great game. It's a lot of fun to watch how all the different things and all the different aspects go around to it, but. Your girls are buying into the things you got going on there. You said you were talking to Shires here before we started. You've been with the program now. This your fourth year with
fourth year over in Timpson. Yes.
Timpson. And I mean, do you coach anything else while you're over there?
Nope. Volleyball is the only thing I've coached. I was at Timpson before, and coached football back from '95 till 2002.
Oh yeah.
And then I left and came to center as football coach. But yes. I'm back there as a volleyball only.
Volleyball only. There you go. Well, I tell you what, it's a lot of fun. And so far on the season, you guys are moving along and getting ready for the district. I think you got Grace tomorrow, and then it's district time after that, right?
That's right. That's what I told the girls today. I said, today is the last warm up. It's all from here on out, it's for keeps.
Right, right.
So
Right. Well, and Grace is a tough squad coming in here. I mean, they're a good tough squad that's coming in. They're out of the Tyler area, I believe, in there. So,
yes.
what do you know about them? I mean, they got some height on them, so you got to be tough at the net.
Yes, we're going to be okay at the net. Also, we got a little height. We got a sophomore, Taylor Stewart, and then Laura Garza is our senior there in the middle. So
Mhm.
we'll be all right, unless they're. I really don't know what Grace has. I hadn't seen them much.
Mm.
So
Right. I just a couple pictures and a few things on some things because because it's not always easy to find some volleyball stuff. I know the Max Press, you guys do as much as you can with that there, but is there a
yeah.
place where I can find more information about the Texas volleyball that you know of?
I guess the best place would be Max Prep.
Max
Yeah,
Press is the best place to go.
yeah,
That's
that's
usually
the
where I
best
go to
place.
find out everything.
That's about it.
All right. There you go. All right. So as we get ready to go into the district coming up, as you said, it's going to be right. You just got to be on and on and on, and those girls got to be ready for that in there. But and in this district, it's kind of a tough one coming up for you guys too. Because I mean, this is a tough district, but I mean, it could go any way in there. But you better be ready, as almost like football season. You better be ready anytime you step out there on the court because
Yeah.
in this district, it's tough.
Yeah, this district's a tough district. Got Beckville, of course, and they a couple of years ago they won state, and they're always competitive in volleyball. They always have some good girls and a good coach, so they're really good. Again,
Hmm.
that not anything abnormal about them, so yeah, they're pretty good.
Right. And then, of course, we got you got Shelbyville, and a couple of the others that are around in this area that these guys are going to play. You don't play Shelbyville during the
No,
district at all?
Shelbyville moved out.
Oh, they moved.
Shelbyville and St. Augustine moved out
Oh, they moved
of
out of that
this
district.
district,
Okay,
and moved in Wascom and Elysian Fields
I
now.
see. Okay,
And now Beckville was out of the district last year,
right. So
and
then they
they
moved
moved
it back
back
in.
in.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So they move it around every couple of years. You never know.
Hey, with the UIL, you never know. Every 2 years realignment, you
Right.
never know
Exactly.
which way you're going. See, Wascom and Elysian Fields were 3A last year,
Uh-huh.
and they moved down.
Ah.
And so they moved into our district. We went kind of that way instead of south, I guess, of Shelbyville and St. Augustine. So
Uh-huh. Right. There you go. Well, that's still, St. Augustine, they're coming up there. They're a pretty good squad that's going to be coming along in this
hmm
district there too as well. But talk about just some of your girls here. I like to put the little roll of the art. I call it libero. I know you're not supposed to. Libero is what it is. So,
libero.
so who's your libero out there for the Lady Bears?
Libero is a Sealy, uh, and she is all over the court. She is really good. She was the libero of the district last year. She was the MVP
Oh, nice.
libero,
Uh-huh.
Sealy Cruz.
Oh, okay.
And then she's pretty good. So we got her back, and she's just a junior also. So
Right.
she's all over the court.
Right.
Everywhere I need her. So she's really exciting to watch. Celia's a good libero,
Right.
really good.
Right. Wait, too, and if it's the same Celia, I'm thinking she had a really good softball season
Yes,
last
she
she
did.
did that there for the same
She did.
thing out there too. I'll tell you. Well, it's going to be good stuff, and I'm looking forward to it, with you guys being there, and thank you for, Coach Brewster for getting to come in. I wish we had a little bit more time here to chat a little bit more, but hey, next time you come down anytime, any Monday night, come down and get some pizza. Bring old Brewster with you down here. I like to
Okay.
get him. I've been trying to get him to come down during softball season. He didn't make it down. He's a busy man. I know how it is, but
Yeah.
hey, we love the Timpson Bears. We just wanted everybody to know that we want them to be a part of what we get the chance to do. We want to cover everybody here in the Piney Woods and Timpson, Tenaha, all over right there. So
Right.
anything we can do to promote and be a part of the Timpson Bears, we definitely hope we can do that. And tomorrow night we're going to have a lot of fun over there, and we'll have
Well,
a good
good.
broadcast. And I think we got you guys also Beckville and Timpson down there toward the end. And we're going to have that one at y'all's place later in the season.
Later in the season.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
they'll
later in
be
the
at
season.
home at
Yeah,
Timpson.
yeah, at your house right there too.
Okay.
So, and Garrison and Timpson, I think we got that one in there as well. So we got you guys like three times
See.
at y'all's house.
Yeah,
Yes.
Garrison's another good one that's in the district that
Right.
we're gonna have to beat to be successful. So
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they're those perennial of Garrison over there. They're pretty much all the time up there.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
got that good squad in there, don't they?
They do.
They definitely do. All right, Coach. Well, I'll tell you what. Well, thank you so much for joining us here, and then come back anytime, and we'll talk the Lady Bears volleyball. Bring Coach Brewster with you, and also good luck to you and the gals tomorrow night. We'll see you over there about 5 or so. We'll set up, and we'll
All
bring
right.
the broadcast out there.
Yeah, we'll have JV first
Yes,
at
sir.
5, and then we'll play varsity after that.
Right after that, that's when we'll be on there. Right after that, we'll bring the varsity game in, and so
Okay.
it should be good to go.
All right.
Thank you, sir. You have a
Yes,
blessed
sir.
day. Thanks so much.
Yes.
All right, folks, we're going to be right back here. We're going to wrap this thing up here as the Piney Woods Area Coaches Show, and then we'll switch over to Rick Meeks Show coming up right here on a Net SN.
JBA Financial Services brings you Coach Talk. Reason for that. John Black knows that when you're preparing for an important game, you need a plan, and they'd like to be a part of the details, the X's and O's of that plan. He's put together a good team, a coaching staff that would help you and your family get where they want to go. At JBA Financial Services, they're working to secure your family's future. Wiggins Farms. You know, they call them the watermelon family, but the product from their farm when the melon's just a baby, all the way through to the harvest to your table. It's the juiciest, best melons available. Wiggins Farms, hat not included.
All right, folks, we're back here getting ready to wrap this thing up here. As Coach going to have him some pizza and getting ready to wrap it up. We're going to move things, shut things down here, and we're going to have And we're going to move things around here. We've got the Rick Meeks Show coming up here as well. So join us as we get ready to go tomorrow night. We will go to you from Timpson as Grace coming to town there for Grace at Timpson for that volleyball action. Every Tuesday night, we have our Piney Woods area volleyball game of the week. And then our Friday night. So coming up here this week, just one game this Friday night. And then next week, we'll also have some other games here. I'm looking for my schedule. Here we go. Then it looks like we're going to be Carlisle at San Augustine. And then Friday the 20th, we were going to move this. We're going to change up the schedule. And looks like we're going to go West Sabine, San Augustine at West Sabine on the 20th. That's the game we're going to look to do. And then on the 21st, that is going to be Linden Kildare for Tenaha. That's a Saturday. That's going to be their homecoming. We'll be there for that. And then a big one there. We're going to go to Longview on the 26th to cover Wolf City at Timpson, and Joaquin at Corrigan Camden. I do believe that is their homecoming. We'll be there in Joaquin for that. That'll be the month of September for the football broadcast here on your area Pineywood Game of the Week. All right, I am Larry Pierce, folks. We're going to wrap this up here. Hope everyone has an awesome, blessed, and wonderful night. We'll be back next Monday for more of the Piney Woods Area Coaches Show. Join us for that. But we'll be back in tomorrow night in Timpson for volleyball, Friday night in San Augustine for football. Hope everyone has an awesome, blessed, and wonderful night. God bless America. God bless your troops. God bless each one. We're out. Bye-bye.
The proceeding was a presentation of Watlington, Shires, and Pierce Productions. We hope you have an awesome and blessed night. God bless America. God bless our troops. And God bless each and every one of you.